here we have an implementation part for each of these things. So very simple it is. Let us study the implementation part to draw the line first. So here you have defined the class name as line. So to draw the line you need 2 points, right? So define that in a private code, point 1 and point 2. So let us assign the values for point 1 and point 2 with the help of these equations. So point 1 is assigned, then point 2 is assigned. So now, let us see what value I can give for point 1 and point 2. That is done here. So point 1 I have taken less than 10, again point 2 also less than 10. So whatever the user specifies these values, maybe the 3 centimeter or 5 centimeter, whatever. That is to be rendered now. That based on the values, the controller will perform the job based on the UI context. UI context is these value what the user will request for. So the line is drawn, and whatever the line drawn, that is done in the model, and that is to be rendered to the user. That is done in the view class. How the controller will perform to draw the line. What are the steps that controller will do? So I will declare the line as the line name, then the label as a label name. So to make a line, initially when count is 0, I don't have the point 1, point 2, so it is null. Now I will go on declaring the point. So I'll define the point first. When the count value is none, you are going to start it with the definition of point. So I have point 1 to be declared, defined, point 2 to be defined. So new line you are going to draw, assign these values point 1 and point 2 with respect to line, and that time count value is 2. So this is all you have drawn in the implementation part. In the model class we have done. Model class we have explained now how to draw the line. So that part is going to be executed. Once you finish doing that, so you are going adding the item as a line in the model. Then you are going to notify it to come to the view class. How is that view? Will respond to these implementation parts. Fine. So view class, how is it? It will display the content to the user. You with the help of the mouse click, or you can even go with the key handler. Fine. So what are the event take place with the mouse click? First, actually, you have to set the cursor position, new cursor. Then, for example, when you go for a label, what is it will do? First, it will type some character, then it will use some space to type the text. So cursor is set to some position now. So what is that event it will do? It will ask for the details. The controller will create an instance such that your user is allowed to make a label. So get some points for that. So what are the things it is going to draw now? Controller whatever user is requesting for. So user is requesting for these 3 operations. First, the controller has to receive the request, whatever the values that user will enter. Then it has to go on adding. It is going to process to the model. And then finally it will perform the action. Add focus listener means what it will perform. First receive the request, process the request, then perform the action on the model. Next we have driver program. So driver program is how to drive the data between each of these models. We have 3 models. What are those? Model, view, controller. How these data is driven between each of these modules. Fine. So let us have the class name is drawing program. Drawing program means here program can be with respect to line or circle or label, whatever. So I will declare a name main string as in the second step. Next, let us see. We'll assign new model to a model. Then what is that whatever you have assigned, that is going to be set by the controller now. Controller is assigned with the new controller now. Then what is next? View block we have. View block will set the control, means whatever the request user will ask for, that is view is going to send it to the controller now. Now based on that, the controller will perform on which model? On the block model. Now so new view, whatever changes as take place that is assigned to view. Now it is go on adding the item take place with respect to model. Once the adding item is done, now what is next step? View will display it to the user. This is how the data is driven between these. First the user will request, then the request is passed by the view to the controller, then controller will perform action on model, then whatever the changes that take place in the model that is displayed in the view, then it will go on adding if you go for the next label, then it will continue. Once you finish adding all the items, view will display the result to the